Hey guys, today we're doing circles in the coordinate plane. So that means the equation of a circle and how to find the center and the radius, because those are the important parts about a circle. You know where the center is and you know the radius, then you can draw a circle. Now, this is our equation of a basic circle if it's centered at the origin. So if you look at this one, it's centered at the origin at 0, 0. There's no shifting there, okay? But what's important here is that we have an x squared and a y squared and an r squared. There's a lot of mathematical reasons why this makes sense, using the distance formula and all that, but what we really need to look for is make sure that our x is squared, our y is squared, that this is plus right here, and that makes it curved around in all directions, and that it's equal to the radius squared. R is the radius. Okay, so pretty simple. Let's take a look at this first example. Our circle has an x squared plus a y squared, so that means it's centered at the origin, and it's equal to r squared. So if we look at this, that 9 is the r squared. That means that r must be 3, okay? Because 3 squared is 9. Okay, so the radius is 3. So if we look here, this would be 0, 0, and the radius is 3 in all directions. Okay, even diagonally, 3 all the way around the circle. Okay, so if there's no number in there with x and y, there's no shifting. But what if we do have shifting? Okay, here's an equation of a circle with a center of HK. Now, HK might sound familiar. We used this whenever we were shifting our parabolas last year. And the thing to remember is that our formula has minus inside the parentheses that's being squared. That means that it actually does the opposite movement that you would think, okay? This number in here with x goes left and right because that's an x movement. The number in here shifts it up and down because it's the y movement. And the r squared, r is still the radius. So let's look what this does. In our example, we have minus 4. That actually is going to move to the right 4. And this minus 2 actually moves up 2. Okay, so our center should be at 4, 2. Let's check it out. 2, 3, 4, up 2. That looks pretty good. Now, the radius is not 25. Remember, this is the radius squared number. So sometimes you just have it written as 5 squared, but that means that the radius is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in all directions. Okay. Oh, I jumped. Okay, so that's what we need to look for. Okay. Write the equation for the circle with the given center and radius. So if they give us a center of 2, 5 and a radius of 4, we need to convert that into our equation. Okay, if the center is 2, 5, remember this is your x number, this is your y number, so that's h and k, and we got to do the opposite. So if it says plus 2, when we put it in our equation, we need to write minus 2. And if this is a positive 5, we would write minus 5. Okay, and then this would be 4 squared, so that becomes 16. All right, and that is an equation of a circle. Right? If you type that into Desmos, you don't have to solve for anything. You just type that in exactly, and you'll be able to look at the circle. Let's do number 2. The center is at 10, negative 9. So that means that this is your x movement, so that's h, this is k. So a plus 10 turns into a minus when you put it in the equation. Notice this is always plus in between the two groups. And the minus 9 becomes plus. Okay? Now, the diameter is 30. We need the radius. So we're going to have to divide this by 2. And that would mean that the radius is 15. Okay? So you need to take 15 and square it to get that number that goes there. So that would be 225. And there's our equation. It has a center of 10, negative 9, 10, negative 9, and a radius of 15 because that got squared. All right, number 3, they just give us a picture. What do we need? We need the center and the radius. So take a look. If you find the center of your circle, pretty much here and there, so right there, this would be at 3, negative 2. So the center is at 3, negative 2. And the radius, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's just make sure we were in the center. Yep, 6 on both sides. So let's write the equation. X minus 3 squared plus y plus 2 squared equals 36. And that's it. Okay, let's go the other direction. Do a couple here where we have the equation, but we're supposed to write the center and the radius and then sketch it. So here's our equation. We know that the center comes from here. The center is at negative 5 and positive 4. Remember, you got to change the signs. And the radius is the square root of 36. So that would be 6. I sketch this. 1, 2, 3, 5. Up 4. That should make sense because this would mean go to the left 5. This would mean go up 4. And then a radius of 6. Okay? And then to sketch it, you just draw the best circle that you can to hit all those points. Not too shabby. All right, number 5. Last one here, I gotta find the center and the radius. Okay, so the center, I don't have anything in the parentheses here with x. That means that there was no movement for x. It did not shift. Y, though, has a negative 4, so that means up 4. So our center is at 0, 4. And the radius, be careful, don't take half. You got to remember to take the square root. The square root of 12 is just about 3.5. So 3.5 and 2.5 in all directions. Now you can't really count that diagonally because you're not counting like here. We can count exact units to get there. Okay. Draw a circle. Keep going. And have fun with your circles.